Okay, let's talk about this wild, buck wild journey that we're all sharing together and the potential of us as beings. You've heard me speak of and invite you into the loving blessing practice, where we let someone or an animal come into our awareness that we can feel unconditional love toward, and we let that love that we are be shared, be freely given, beam, emanate, words like that, where we just let that love that we're just naturally shared to that animal or that person that we can feel unconditional love toward. In this practice, we will, day by day, as we stay in the practice, discover that this love we are can be ever more liberated, allowed to flow toward everyone. When we first start doing the practice, we will have, usually for most of us, have people that we withhold the love from because of things that they've done. Our wanter creates a grievance list and withholds the love from them, feels justified to withhold the love based on all the things that they did that didn't go how we would have wanted it to go. Now, we're not saying in any way that the wanter is seeing it inaccurately. Usually our grievance list, whatever they did, was less than lovely. It was more than likely that they were in their wanter and doing some wantery thing to us that was where they were being selfish or unkind or uncaring, manipulative, controlling, those kind of things. And then that goes on our grievance list, and then we feel justified in withholding the love from them. This plays out in our life, and in the loving blessing practice, each one of those people that come in, there's a choice. We can either let go of the grievance list or not. If we can't, that's okay. We just accept that we can't, and we return back to our being of origin, whether it's an animal or a person, and we just let ourselves experience that love and let it be shared. Day after day, week after week, we stay in this practice. Eventually, we start to notice that the ones that we had grudges before, we were just way more interested in being love than we are about being right. As this continues to unfold, we start to discover that our true nature, our true essence, is this love that has no conditions. One day, someone I had shared this with and we had been exploring for several years, and she had been in the loving blessing practice and exploring this and had a big breakthrough, and she was in a boutique store. And on a bench, there was a handmade pillow that had a monogrammed phrase. Not monogram, sorry, embroidered. I said the wrong thing. Not monogrammed. Embroidered. It was a pillow. So sewn on the surface of this handmade pillow was a phrase. Now, it wasn't attributed to anyone, so we don't know who to give credit for this. It's anonymous. So this beautiful wisdom on this pillow, I playfully refer to as the wisdom of the pillow, because I don't know who to give credit for this. Whoever sewed this, whoever embroidered it on the pillow, I said it right that time, embroidered. Whoever embroidered this phrase on the pillow, we don't know. So it's anonymous. So I call it the wisdom of the pillow. Now, this wisdom teaching has two parts. And she saw it and instantly knew, oh, wow, this is exactly what I've been exploring with Mitch. So she bought the pillow, and she has this pillow now. And so then she showed it to me. She said, Mitch, this is exactly what you've been inviting me into all these years. with the loving blessing practice, the potential of the loving blessing practice, where this love that we are, as you always say, gets liberated, no longer withheld by the wanter. Our true nature gets ever more liberated in the loving blessing practice. She said, wait till you see this. And she showed me the pillow. And here is the 2-part phrase of the wisdom of the pillow. Love me when I deserve it the least, because that's when I need it the most. Wow. Love me when I deserve it the least, because that's when I need it the most. That first part, love me when I deserve it the least. Whenever anybody is being icky or unkind or uncaring or manipulative or controlling, when they're at their worst, what's going on? They're just simply trapped in their wanter. They're disconnected from their heart, from their true essence, the natural kindness and compassion and loveliness that is our true nature. They're disconnected. Love me when I deserve it the least, because that's when I need it the most. That's when I'm the most disconnected, when I'm being the most icky, when I'm the most trapped in my wanter, when I'm the most disconnected from my true essence, that love, that compassion, that kindness, that wisdom, that eternal loving essence. That's when I'm going to be the most icky. And so this beautiful phrase, love me when I deserve it the least, because that's when I need it the most. Only our true nature can do the wisdom of the pillow. Our wanter is not capable of the wisdom of the pillow. Our wanter does a version of love, but it always has conditions. Our wanter can't love unconditionally. Our wanter can't even like unconditionally. This is the nature of the wanter. It's not wrong or bad that that's the nature of our wanter, but that will be the case. Our wanter does a version of love, but it always has conditions. Same with its like. Our wanter likes conditionally. Anytime they misstep or do what we don't like, we remove the like. We remove the love. That's how the wanter is oriented. That's not wrong or bad. That's the nature of our wanter. And most of our experiences with other humans, this love that they offered to us was coming from their wanter. It was a love that had conditions. And we noticed that. And so then we would read that very carefully and try to morph ourselves, twist ourselves into a pretzel to get that love, to get that approval, to get that compassion, that kindness, that caring. But from the wanter, it was always conditional. We start to notice that. Even their like was conditional. Same with us. Our wanter does the same thing. It's universal in each one of us. That's the nature of the wanter. It likes and loves unconditionally. Conditionally. And so, in every moment, whoever we're interacting with, there is the potential that we can be available to the wisdom of the pillow. If they're being unkind, uncaring, selfish, rude, manipulative, controlling, whatever it is, there's a chance for us to realize they're just in their wanter. Now, that doesn't mean we, have to let them hurt us or harm us or that we can't ever speak up. It doesn't mean that either, or that we condone their actions. We can offer up and speak to these things when they're occurring. But our best chance to interact with them when they're being like that is for us to return within, drop way into the heart of being within ourselves. And what I always say to myself when I drop into the heart in moments, tricky moments like that, I ask for help from all the divine friends and I say, please let me be love. Please let me be love. And then whatever comes from there, I trust that. I let that be my action that I take in that moment. That gives me the best chance at living the wisdom of the pillow. Love me when I deserve it the least, because that's when I need it the most. This love that we are can be liberated toward everyone. That is our potential. These human lives that we're living carry that potential. We can liberate our true essence, our absolute divine flowing essence can be liberated, can be lived. We can become a living embodiment of that. Only our true nature can do wisdom of the pillow. So in every moment we can stop. If we start to get contracted and pulled in, we can be available to one of the practices. First growl practice, living practice, loving blessing practice, name that thought practice. All these ways that allow us evermore to liberate from the suffering of the mind and the entanglement of our wanter, and evermore let the love that we are be liberated. We can let this love that we are be liberated. And we will be living the wisdom of the pillow.